Alright, welcome to MKV Alternatives. So right now I'm showing you three free programs that I've been using for about 20 something years now, before MakeMKV even existed. And this is going to be your, definitely for all of you that have 60-70% regular DVDs, HD or regular DVD collection. Blu-rays and 4Ks, fine. There's other alternatives. Make MKV, fine. But for a lot of you that have been building your collection for a long time, you just have normal DVDs. And this is especially a much better way of being able to do this, especially if you want to burn full disc copies as well while you're at it. You know what I mean? It's honestly really not all that extra step to while you're ripping and getting it all handbraked for your Plex or your Jellyfin server to back this up and to also make a full disc rip so that way you can have a nice copy in there for your kids or whatever to not wreck, or well, they can wreck at their heart's content and you can just reburn rather than keeping your actual DVD collection pristine and untouched. So right here is my main, this is number one right here, and we're just kind of using this as just watching this baby run. You'll see about the elapsed time is about, sped it up a bit, but the elapsed time is about 10 minutes on this run. And this is just DVD Fab HD Decryptor. I'll put a link in the description with a pack that's going to have all three of these programs in it. But this is the main one, DVD Fab HD Decryptor. It was a program that DVD Fab released. I can't find it anymore. I'm sure on purpose, because I'm sure DVD Fab regretted it as soon as they did it. But it allows you basically with no trial, no registration, no expiration, very fast install. You'll install it in about 5 seconds or 10 seconds flat. You bring it up, and then you literally just make sure your source sticks is already in the ROM, and then select your target where you want to save the folder. And you can also save it as an ISO, but you can just save it as a folder, and it'll do a nice full disk rip. This is way less wear and tear on your ROM than just also converting it to make it, to an MKV file, and it's way faster. Just faster, and then from there you can manipulate the folder. I'm going to show you some reauthoring programs and how to shrink this and make ready to do a full disk rip. To have a copy of the disk as is and be able to burn that back onto a disk so you can have a copy of it as well for other people to manhandle and wreck or whatever, and you don't have to worry about it. And at the same time, you still, in my opinion, that most Make MKV, for most part, 80-90% of people should be handbraking it anyways. So, and handbrake works just fine with the DVD folders. Doesn't really care whether it's a DVD folder, and all this process works 100% faster if you're working off a M2 drive, solid state, or even off a mechanical. Is a lot faster just to get the main disk ripped to your hard drive and then manipulate it, reauthor it, convert it, handbrake it. All of it will happen 10 times faster when dealing with it just on your straight M2 drive. The reason why Make MKV is so slow and takes so much longer is because it also is stuck at ROM speeds. So it has to buffer some, convert some, buffer, convert, buffer, convert. So you're kind of waiting for this handbrake and ripping process, and then you got to handbrake it anyways. So it's really not, just doing a full disk rip. And honestly, I recommend DVD Fab's full version. I think it's like $50-$60, and you can also skip that whole process and rip right to H.264 and skip that whole process altogether as well. But in this case, this is just some free options these are perfectly free programs, still work on Windows 11, 10, 7, and they work fantastic for just ripping your DVD collection. As again, this is just, you bring up this program, full disk. You can't use any other options. It'll just tell you, buy full DVD Fab, but it's fine. Full disk is fine. And then just pick your target, and you're done. Now we're just going to go, we're going to be jumping to DVD Shrink, where I can show you what DVD Fab did and how it works, or how this process works instead. And to me, it's a much more just, it allows you to do a lot more, like I said, to reburn it as a full disc, and to make copies of your DVDs or box sets. And it also allows you to reauthor and get them all ready for the handbraking process, giving you a much more, especially more helpful even for DVD, TV shows and whatnot, where there's a lot more going on, or movies with theatrical cuts and director's cuts, and when subtitles might be an issue or a big thing or whatever. This particular movie was pretty streamlined and straightforward, which a lot of your regular DVDs are going to be. But yeah, this is, to me, it's just MKV is just I don't know, it's a little overkill for your normal DVDs, and for me, it's just one of those things where it's like, well, if I gotta handbrake it anyways, I'd rather have a copy of just the main disc on my drive and then manipulate it. It's way easier on your ROM and less wear and tear on your ROMs, and you're not sitting there waiting a grip for one movie to get done, where you can just rip like mad, sit down and get about 50 movies ripped, probably in a few hours, and then batch it on handbrake, go to bed, wake up, and have 50 movies done ready to upload to your Plex. So it's just way more economical, way more easier to batch convert your normal 480p 720 movies. So here I'm just doing a quick flap and just giving DVD Decrypt a bit of a thing. This is why I'm going to include this utility. You probably don't even need to install it. It's just one of those for any of you that have been collecting movies for a long time and you have DVDs that are printed in a short window of time early on, like some of the first printed DVDs. It may use a different copy protection, and DVD Decrypt will crack it. I've only had to use it maybe 4 or 5 times out of the thousands of DVDs I've ripped, but it does come up and it is an issue, and most copying programs don't know what to do with it because it's so old. So right now I'm navigating to the full disc zoom. I'm going to show you here. Yeah, we're going to go to reauthor and full disc backup. So reauthoring allows you to just main movie it and pick only the subtitles, the audio tracks, pretty much all you want of that disc. So that was for TV. This would be great, where you can just drag and put the 8 episodes or the 4 episodes you want and be done with it. In this case, it's just the one movie title file. Boom, I would drag that over. That's it. There's nothing else really that I would need off of this disc. All that other stuff is just nonsense that's just going to confuse handbrake, or, can just confuses your convert and possibly might, make you get the wrong thing. So right now I'm going to do both. I'm going to do and see, these are tabbing over, showing the settings. That region free setting, that's a biggie. Making sure to change your DVD to region free. So when you burn that using any free burning DVD burning utility, it doesn't really matter what program you use to burn it. Nero, it doesn't matter. It's free of copyright now. It's region free. So for the most part, as long as it's some kind of free or whatever DVD burning program, you can literally just dump that video TS on anything. It's like burning a home movie. It's not going to care. So now we're going to make 2 new folders here, Zoom Full Disc and Zoom Main Movie. And I am speed durationing this a bit, but you can look at the elapsed time. It does not take that long, especially with these newer computers. As long as you're rocking a Ryzen or a decent Intel, you're going to be doing this in a matter of minutes. I mean, you can rework and get 25 movies main movied or full discs or whatever done in about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, all depending, especially if you're new at it. So yeah, I'm going to dump that into a full disc rip. And the main movie one, this is the main thing to take away. So if you're not going to be doing full disc rips, so that's the full disc as is 4.24, ready to be burned on back onto a D5, region free, ready to roll. To me, that is just, and that's, you keep your extras, you keep all your stuff, and then now that would be the one you would save to reburn later or to make a DVD backup. to reburn. Now this one is going to be the main movie, and I'm actually going to use the main movie function. And this is in real time. I didn't speed duration this. I didn't have to. I realized, like, how long did that take? Oh, okay, never mind. I'm just going to let that roll. So that's in real time how long that took to main movie instead. Voila. So, going to show you. I already showed, I think, did I show both yet or no? Yeah, I think I already showed that that was 4.24. And now I'm going to do the same. Now you see a lot less files going on. And I'm going to properties this. Now it's only 2.54. So a lot smaller. This is a good way to cram a lot more. If you're doing like a 720p and trying to get back onto a D5, it might be, easier just to main movie and do a rip that way rather than trying to keep the full disc. But it, like I said, DVD shrink is pretty good. It can usually shrink even HD down to D5s if you want. You can even run it through twice, although you do get degradation that way. So now we're going to go to Handbrake, like any of you make MKV fucking already most likely familiar. Any of you that have been ripping for a while are going to be familiar with. Now, first I'm loading the main movie, and what you're going to see is that look at all that extra bulk. Now, Handbrake does a great job of picking out the main file that matters right off the kick and just ignoring everything else, which is fine. And I'm just going to go through, kind of show some of my settings for my 1080p standards and what have you. But, like I said, season discs, all this can be very confusing, so main moving it and just getting your just episodes on there, be making it a very easy queue, especially if you know your Handbrake presets. I mean, you can get this batch converting an entire season of House, or, very easily, and go to bed, wake up, and your entire season of House is done. I'm not talking like one season, I'm talking like all 8 seasons is done, or whatever. Just tabbing around here. Now I realize this was a 480p, so I'm going to go to my 480p. Any normal DVD is going to be 480p. Unless it's got that HD sticker, that's when they went to 720p. And then that's kind of your D5, D9, depending, station. And then, of course, Blu-ray is the bump up to 1080p. And then add to queue. And then this is the way you would batch convert and be able to rip, in theory, you could get, a couple of hours, you can have 20, 30, 40, whatever, 20, at least 20 or 15 DVDs ripped up, and then get them all reauthored, main movied, whatever, and queue them up in Handbrake and have them done when you wake up. Way faster than make MKV one at a time and still having to Handbrake it after you're done. And then you have the full disc option to be able to rip. Now I'm going to show you the main movie and why that reauthoring is nice. So I'm going to go to the main movie instead, this is kind of something I would do if I were, for my handbraking, for the ones that need to be handbraked. Look at that. That's it. There is no confusion. So if that was a season disc, that would just be the 8 episodes of House or whatever it is, or 4 episodes, and that's it. It's already ready to roll for Handbrake. There is no just boom, 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 add to queue, add to queue. It's all ready to rip. And that DVD shrink, there's a reason I have such a authority to it, because, man, I swear to God, once I started using that program and burning my especially in the burning world, when I got to work through DVD shrink and got that region-free tag, it just worked. It had about 97%, success rate. And anybody that had to burn DVDs back in the day, or, have been trying to get DVDs to work, and every DVD player and all different circumstances, that's a pretty good, so if it runs through DVD shrink and gets through DVD shrink, it's good. So I have almost an OCD about making sure all my DVDs run through DVD shrink before I handbrake them, or even especially before I burn them. Now, and just a format, I hit up IMDb to check out and make sure I got the year right and got 2026, and that's any format for any Plex or whatever. And then you would just go through it, and if I had 5 more movies, I would just add to queue, grab the next one, add to queue, grab the next one, add to queue, name it, and get the batch convert going, and then voila. and have 3 hour that same freaking hours that Make MKV takes, or 30. I'm thinking normal DVD probably will only take about 20 minutes or half hour, 45. But still, in that same amount of time, you can have be batch converting all your movies ready to roll, and still have full discs ready to burn and recopies. For those of you that don't trust your significant other, your kids, your friends, your brother-in-laws, whatever, to treat your DVD collection with the same respect, you can have reburns. So that way, can I borrow your collection of House? Yeah, sure, go ahead. Why? Because it's burnt. It's a burned copy. They never bring it back. All right, it's kind of a pain in the ass, but just reburn it. Good to go. Instead of them walking off with a $60, $80, $120 box set. And yeah, I am elapsing the time, but when handbrake with a decent Ryzen or Intel, doing normal 480p or even 720p is relatively quick. It's a lot faster than encoding at 4K or 1080p. So I think the elapse times on is like 17 minutes or something like that. So you figure that queuing up 50 movies, 25 movies, you're looking at probably, a few hours, 3-4 hours, and well, you just wake up and you get 50 movies ready to be put away. Now we're going to tab through and just check out my copy, which it looks very tits for a 480p. It looks actually pretty fucking tits. And that's straight from DVD. There you go. And I'm just going to show you quick the burning program I use. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to kind of show you the concept of burning it. So I use Xylosoft DVD Copy Express, but it doesn't really matter. You can use any free DVD burning tool. Even the same thing you use to burn your home slideshows on DVD. Pretty much anything that's geared for video TS folders is, ready to go. So, and I had to switch this to ISO save because I don't actually have a working ROM in this particular computer. But I would navigate where I stored that DVD and then zoom that full disc, video TS, boom, and then I would just have a D5 in the RAW and hit burn. Voila, and I would have a direct burn DVD copy that would work on any DVD player. Alright, have a good one.